The big political question in Washington is who will take the blame if the government shuts down? Well, a new poll shows more Americans would blame Republicans right now than President Obama. And so the battle for the hearts and minds of the American people continues. Ted Cruz blames Harry Reid.
Harry Reid has said, we won't even have a conversation. I refuse to compromise. And if we have a shutdown, it will be because Harry Reid holds that absolutist position and essentially holds the American people hostage.
Bill Clinton is going after the Republicans.
Can you remember a time in your lifetime when a major political party was just sitting around begging for America to fail?
But
Yes.
Bob Woodward thinks President Obama could be blamed.
Sex with that woman.
The American economy is at stake, and the president, if there is a downturn or a collapse or whatever could happen here that's bad, it's going to be on his head.
We're hearing a lot of rhetoric from Mr. Woodward lately, Bowling.
Here's what I think goes down. This ping-pong back and forth, we've seen so many of these. They may shut down, but they may shut down for a day or two, and then all of a sudden they'll figure out a way to refund the government until the next one and the next one. Obamacare will get implemented in the meantime, but this is brilliant strategy by Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and the other people on the far right. They fought tooth and nail. They've made it clear to the American people that they don't like this Obamacare, and then they lost the fight. So that in 2014, when it comes out, and all these little districts are going up against Democrats, Republicans are going up against Democrats, they're going to have to, if Obamacare works, they're going to be in trouble on the right. But if it fails like everyone thinks it will, or it's hurting the economy, then they will win, and they'll win handily in 2014. Again, one more time, don't call it Obamacare. Starting today, it's Democare. It's not the ACA. It's Democare.
You think it's a brilliant strategy to lose? Is that?
No. There's not a win in it for the Republicans.
You're
right
talking
now,
about when you said Cruz and
Rand Paul and the Tea Party and the right. Yeah.
It represents such a tiny
you're
percentage
wrong, Bob.
of the
You
electorate.
are so.
I'm not
so wrong.
You know that this whole thing is happening because of 17 Tea Party members in the House refused to go along. Who do they really think they're going to get?
There were 23 Republican senators that voted not for closure that would have kept the debate going.
Yeah,
23.
it was an easy vote, wasn't it?
No, but you're saying it's a small percentage of the electorate. I'm telling you, it's not. It's not. The Tea Party.
You think that?
How's this? What percentage of the American people do not want Obamacare? Let's put it that way.
Well, you can argue about polls all you want. What percentage of the American people want to see the government shut down over Obamacare?
No.
A vast majority do not want to see it shut down.
What percentage of people do not like Obamacare?
What I'm saying, your strategy here is not the American people don't agree with it. And if you think you want to beat Obamacare, let's go back to what I said. Get off your ass and go out and work for people who are going to want to be these extremists.
Democare.
But they agree in principle because they don't support Obamacare.
How do you know?
Because you look at the poll numbers, Bob, that we've been talking about on this show. We have full screens and nice graphics.
They have not seen it. Tomorrow, when people get up, the vast majority of them, their health care will not change one bit. And you've all told them that the sky is going to fall in, and it's not.
Nobody chicken littled the situation. Go ahead.
Oh, no, chicken little it.
No, I mean, look, Obama has lied about a lot of things about this bill and this law, and we don't know what's going to happen. But we do know that he was dishonest. That we're watching that stuff go up in price. Republicans, however, will get the blame because we are supposed to get the blame as a Republican or a conservative. We are the anti-Santa Claus that comes down the chimney and takes the present.
Oh, terrible.
That's who we are.
That's the
We
Grinch.
will always be the bad guys, which makes us the true rebels in this fight. The winning strategy here, though, is you got to create an out for your adversary. You got to, you're high if you think Obama is going to give up his signature achievement. He's not. It's like asking Da Vinci to disown the Mona Lisa. This is his baby. So you got to create a way where you can have a compromise and you can walk away. I don't think this is a big deal. Like I said, this government shutdown, it's like watching Carrie on TV. You've seen this horror movie 100 times. You know the ending. You're too lazy to change the channel. And then
watch it
2 days later, you're on to something else.
Jedediah, why does it matter?
It matters because many people, many folks on the right, stayed home and did not vote for Mitt Romney because they didn't feel inspired. They now have people to look to who they feel like when we elect these people, when we elect Ted Cruz, when we elect Mike Lee, we can count on them to do what they said they were going to do. They ran on Obamacare repeal, and they made it their priority. Those voters now feel like they have someone within the GOP that they can count on, and that's the bigger picture moving forward.
All I can say is please nominate Ted Cruz, and we'll go on to the bigger loss than I had, which was a lot. Ted Cruz represents a small slice of this, but look, let's get back here to...
As opposed to nominating a squishy Republican.
Well, that's what the divide of the Republican Party is the one that's clearly come out here. What has been covered up, Frank, is the divide of the Democratic Party.
What happens when you go moderate Republican in a general election. You got McCain
Lost
and
twice.
you have McCain and Romney. What happens?
Do you think?
What
Do you think
happens?
that? Do you think that Ted
You get
Cruz could beat
handily.
that?
I don't know, but I would think that a Ted Cruz or
All
Rand
right.
Paul, Mike Lee, or one of the other Tea Party type of Republicans would give a better showing than the last.
Okay,
two
well, let's
times.
take a listen.
Stop yelling at me, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Hostile environment, perhaps? Let's take a listen to President Obama, who had a cabinet meeting moments ago.
This is my cabinet, and we're going to be discussing the impacts, potentially, of a shutdown and how all these various agencies will be managing to make sure the core essential functions continue, but also, obviously, to help try to manage what's going to be a very difficult potential situation for the employees of all these agencies who are doing outstanding and very difficult work all across the country. So I appreciate all the members of the cabinet who are here. They've been doing a lot of planning. I wish they were spending more time focusing on how to grow jobs in the economy as opposed to having to spend time figuring out how they manage a government shutdown. But as always, they're prepared, and we'll be getting a full briefing from the entire crew during the course of this meeting. All right? Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, so the president also signaling that it is the fault of the Republicans, lack of jobs, poor economy, that if they spent more time focusing doing their job instead of being obstructionists, that this wouldn't be happening, Greg.
Yeah, was that John Kerry or an actual cabinet?
Glad we took time for that, Jedediah.
I would say to President Obama, we are focused on jobs and growing the economy. That's why we want to repeal Obamacare.
Bowling.
President Obama walked in the cabinet room and said, "Oh, so this is what it looks like."
Okay.
Greg's point about it won't last long is right. And no matter what happens in the end, no matter what happens, the Republicans will lose.
All right, lots more from the 5 when we return. Stay with us.